That in life the only constant is change is hardly a new concept. First mention of it seems to come from the Greek philosopher Heraclitus, who made the observation 2.5 millennia ago. Smart dude. Who knows? Maybe the original dude. The Greeks actually invented organized sports, and ever since that simple foot race, something called the stadion in Olympia 200 years before old Heraclitus was even born, sports, they've been changing. The dudes are just the latest heralds. When basketball's three-point shot arrived at the launch of the ABA 50 years ago, more than a few people thought it was ridiculous. Jacques Plante's mask, Dick Fosbury's flop were thought of in the very same way. Now, can you imagine any of their sports without those things? They're all completely mainstream. Change? Look no further than the fact that baseball actually once had a color barrier, which had to be broken. You know, I remember when the dudes did their feature at Augusta National. That was 3 years ago. It was really controversial. I mean, really controversial. But if it happened today, probably not so much. It might be eye-opening, but not anywhere near as risky. Times change. How else could you possibly explain joggers? In baseball, we're soon to have a machine calling balls and strikes. If you ask me, it's about time. In the NFL, there's still a chain gang, but no actual chain. It's a laser. Change. But golf is a game that's proudly wrapped up in tradition. Even microscopic changes in rules and technology seem to move at a glacial pace. So most of the change in the game seems to involve the culture that surrounds it. Things like fashion and media move at a much quicker, less restrained pace. And the fact is, they sometimes seem to be dragging the game itself along with them, sometimes unwillingly. But make no mistake, things are changing. The fact that more people experience golf off the course than on it, places like Top Golf and 5-iron golf, the fact that there are new unconventional forms of competition, the Grass League, the TGL, it all speaks volumes about where we are and maybe where we're heading. Did you know that more people watched Bryson DeChambeau on YouTube last year than saw him compete at the US Open, which he won? Think about that. Some people, well, they scoff at a fact like that. But I might direct you to the words of a man who has won both a Pulitzer and a Nobel Prize for Literature. He said, "Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times, they are a-changin'." You get the feeling that Heraclitus, he would have been a big Bob Dylan fan. You'd also imagine he would have liked where golf seems to be headed, too, even if it was invented 2,000 years after he walked the earth.